guys. Welcome, welcome. Hope everybody is good today and taking it easy. We have a snowstorm going on here, so everybody's sort of hunkered down. But while I'm finishing up these readings for the 15th through the 21st, I had to think a minute what day I was on. So these are February 15th through the 21st. Things that are happening planet-wise, we've got some squaring going on the 17th and 18th that are really, really huge. And then the 20th is Mercury retrograde is going bye-bye, and I'm not missing it at all. So if you've missed the new moon reading, it has some of that in there, as well as I do discuss about what the number 1, because a lot of people don't know what it, because I did it on the 11th at 11 a.m. And so like the 1111 meeting, whatever that, symbol is with the number 1, because a lot of people say, I just keep seeing 111111. So I did the meaning and what that's all about. So you can go and learn that there as well. So we are going to get started. And for those of you that are brand new, my name is Patti, and I'm an empath that does intuitive tarot, as you can see. But I also do coaching, spiritual coaching, life balance coaching, and health coaching. If you want to do a reading, you're very welcome to go to the website below and check out that, because I do one-on-one readings. And for those returning, I thank you so very, very much for your support in coming back and continuing to listen to my readings and watch my craziness. All right, let's get started. So we're going to pick the first card out is going to be the past oracle, and this is about your decisions and choices. This is what the divine wants this time. This month, it seems to be his theme, so we're going to go with that. And then the second oracle is the current energies, and the third oracle is the future energies. Ooh. So I do that a lot, don't I? I make noises and faces. So the current energy, when your past decisions and choices, the past energy is the dragon. So the dragon's all about power and strength. Usually that ends up in the future. However, somebody's had some power and strength, or in making their decisions. Is it earth decisions or is it spiritual decisions? Also, too, somebody might not have that power and strength. So we'll see what that's going on there. And then we have the serpent, which is knowledge and healing is the current energy. So somebody is needing to shed a little old skins to allow the new things to come in. Also, a lot of knowledge is either earthly or it is spiritually based. Wisdom is spirit, knowledge is an earth, and it's all about your healing and how you're going to do that, which is a lot of hard work. Seems to be the theme this week. Really getting down to your healing, because it seems like in the future somebody's got a lot of fear that they need to conquer over that. So we're looking at the numerology 6. A lot of it has to do with your potential, your ambition. Right now it seems like this week, for someone or someone's, the knowledge and the healing is a little bit unstable. So that number 5 in numerology, it's things are just sort of rocky a little bit for somebody, not quite going right or the way that they wanted it to. And so that brings the fear. That does bring the fear for that future energy. So because the unknown, like the divine works in 2D, the seen and the unseen, but mostly in the unseen. So there's fear in that. There's fear in that for all kinds of things, especially for people who are moving into spiritual. They're afraid that, the devil will come through and do that. We say low vibrations, low energies, that kind of a thing. And then some are just afraid of it because they don't know what's going to happen. They're seeing too many movies where things pop out and do all that kind of stuff. And a lot of the times they do that you can't see it. I've had a poltergeist. So they do it when you can't see it. They move things around when you can't see it. So it's very interesting anyway, the unseen. So let's get started. So we have the first card out is the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands is moving away. He's moving away, and this is a newness. The wands are about a newness. They're also Sorry, my phone's going off. They're all about our desires and everything that we want. These are things that we're trying to obtain. It's also about a communication. But I would say in this point, what we're focusing in on is communication, because the second card out is the Five of Swords, which there's been a little bit of a kerfuffle, a little bit of argument, or a misunderstanding. But there's one person there. I don't know who this is, but there's one person that's standing their ground because they've got a little bit of pride issue going there. They just don't want to let go of that pride. So it looks like there's something moving away, and I hope that's not the relationship, but there is something moving away from that due to something that was said, or not said, or not done that should have been done, because this is an argument. This is a communication kind of a thing. This is also a healing process for somebody. This is about learning your healing in what you're standing for, your boundaries and your standards. Okay, so what I'm hearing is standards and boundaries. So I don't know who that's for, but this is about, remember, the energy that during the week, this current week, is about your knowledge and healing. And that knowledge has to come from divine, or the universe, or whatever you believe in is spirit, because with that, why wouldn't you want to go there? Because that gives you number one information, and wisdom gives you knowledge, because knowledge is earth based. So wisdom is spiritual based. So go to the spirit, get your wisdom, because he'll give you the knowledge. So let's see what else here there is. Yeah. Uh-oh. A lot of wands here too. I have a feeling you're going to get a lot of wands. So we have the Four of Cups. Yeah, this really rocked somebody. It sort of took their power and strength away a little bit. But you know what? Don't dwell on it. Don't dwell on it, because it'll come, your strength will come back. Somebody just really got turned upside down, because your Wheel of Fortune came in reverse, and your King of Wands is there next. So again, somebody's really thinking about all this. This is a really good time for one of you out there to heal, because this, whatever happened in this last week or is currently happening between two people, it's really got you thinking. It's doubting. You've got some doubt going on there. And the King of Wands is like, my desire is, and I don't know if that's going to happen if I continue going this route. I don't know if that helps. And here's the thing, is your future energy is fear. So if you start doubting yourself rather than believing in yourself, that's where fear is at. All right. So I don't know who that is for, but you just seem to be upside down a little bit for the moment. It's like I don't know, somebody blew the sails away on you or something. It's like somebody just did something to rock your boat, and now it's tipped over and you're trying to get it back up. What do you call it? Your kayak, like a kayak. You're trying to get it flipped back up is what you're doing. Because somebody, maybe you were headed towards something, because you've got these two here that you were headed towards something, and then maybe something got kaposhed, like stopped. Okay, so I don't know who that is for. But definitely. I'm going to get clarification on the world, though, because I think that's where we really need to focus in on this healing. But somebody has really put somebody else's priorities ahead of theirs. And now you're fearful, because it's like, oh, crap, now I'm on my own. Now I'm doing this. Yeah, strength. Again, that's strength. That's your first card out. That's your first oracle. So strength. It is going to take strength for you to actually heal. And this is for your good. So the other day I had somebody come into the chat and ask if they were coming back. their other partner coming back. The thing is, when somebody leaves, you have to really, really analyze everything spiritually, emotionally, physically, the whole analysis of why they left. Because, and also too, like I was telling this person, if it's been a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, they're not healed. They haven't really worked on themselves. They just, got to the point where they realized something that they were missing for themselves and then wanted to come back. All right. A lot of truth coming out here. A lot of truth coming out here. So we have strength. We have the Knight of Swords. And again, so we have the King of Swords. We have the King of Wands, King of Swords. This is all about the truth for your desires. So whoever you might be having an argument with, or having a little bit of trouble miscommunicating, the truth needs to come out. And it does. It needs to take strength and courage to sit down and talk to somebody maturely without fighting, and actually come to a terms, whether you agree to disagree, whether you move on, whether you stay together and work on it, whatever it is. But this is going to be an earth decision or a spiritual decision. So the Hierophant is all about the spiritual way of thinking, and Justice is about the earth way. Justice is all about things of authority and things of contractual, like any kind of contract. I hate to say divorce here, but it could be that for somebody. And so they're trying to work things out, and it's just frustrating mess for somebody. And that's going to take a lot of healing. And there is a fear for somebody, if you're going to be alone, then yeah, there is that fear of being alone again. However, if you take it from a spiritual aspect, and I'm just using hypothetical, this may be resonating with somebody, I don't know, but this is what is coming to mind to share, is like if you take for example, a splitting up of somebody, a couple, then you can either look at it earth-based or you can look at it spiritual-based. And the spiritual base is saying, you know what, it didn't work out. We grew apart, it didn't work out, but you know what? I am thankful for you because I've learned so much about myself. I'm thankful for you for blah, 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 blah. Because without going through this process, I would have never learned blah, 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 blah. That's the spiritual way of looking at anything that we go through. Yes, it can be painful. It can hurt like holy jeebies. However, you're going to feel that pain. You're going to feel the hurt. However, if you really look at it spiritually, you're going to say, okay, yes, it hurts but what did I learn from that? Or how did I help that other person grow? That's more spiritual. And that does take a lot of work. That does take a lot of healing. And that does take a lot of self-love to take away the fear for your future. All right. So let me get clarification on this Wheel of Fortune. I'm going to do that with a different deck just in case one of these were supposed to show up. Let me get clarification on the Wheel of Fortune because that's in reverse. So somebody's missing out. And I would like to get clarification on what the Wheel of Fortune is for and why this might have happened. Wisdom. Power, authority, I hear. Power, authority, wisdom. Those are the three words. Somebody wants power control. And so somebody had to give up power and control. Wow. Power and strength was your first card out, the dragon. And there's fear within that. Here's the thing with power and control. You can do it in a very positive manner, or you can do it in a very destructive manner, like abuse, as far as that's just a power control thing. Anything to try to manipulate over somebody else, that's power and control. There's a lot of fear, not only in the person who is the victim of that power and control, but there is a lot of fear in that person who is the abuser, because they had to have gained that fear from so young that they had to overpower somebody else out of fear. Very fearful on both sides. Pretty sad. Pretty sad. But the Emperor is about wisdom again. Thank you. So again, we're going back to knowledge and wisdom. So this is where we need to draw our information from. Okay, so if you're working on a challenge or a struggle right now, because somebody is working on a challenge or a struggle, don't know who that is, you got to really look at the truth of the matter. The wisdom is the truth. So as I always share, you know, I talk about divine being love and truth. These two go hand in hand, always. Always, always, always. So once you know the truth, you know everything else, and you can have peace. You can have peace, you can have joy. Yeah. So we have the Six of Pentacles. A message coming for somebody. And Justice again. Somebody's going through some legal stuff of some type. Or they're getting ready to. And that could be, you know, be getting married or whatever. And maybe there's a little bit of fear. That could be very much a little bit of fear because somebody hasn't healed where their process. So for somebody who's thinking about getting married, there is a fear. There's a doubt in somebody's mind because they haven't healed 100%. Yeah, haven't healed 100%. So there is a little doubt. So you need to get those fears out before you sign the paper of I do. Yeah. And maybe that is actually going to be coming Valentine's Day. This is being recorded on the 13th. So maybe Valentine's Day, somebody's going to pop the question and you're like, I said yes, but oh, dang it. Or I popped the question and it's like, gosh, should I have really done that? So now you've got to backtrack, whoever that is for, you got to backtrack and really, really analyze why you're doubting yourself. Because if there's no red flags there, you're doubting yourself. That's your own healing process for whoever that is. Yeah, strength. Again, third time strength, guys. Third time. You got to have the strength to heal. Heal, heal, heal. You have to have the strength to get through the fears. This is the third time strength has shown up. So whenever something happens in threes, pay attention. Divine always works if he wants you to hear something, literally to pay attention, to heed the warning. That is usually in threes. And this is the third time. So wherever you are doubting, wherever you are fearing, you have to let go. Thank you. So he's saying, let go of the past, this old skin. The snake, when he wants to grow, he gets rid of the old skin. It just slithers right out of it. That's the past. You gotta let it go. Somebody's arguing about the past over and over and over again. It does no good. No good at all. You have to, once you guys argue about something, you got to let it go and never bring it up again. Because if it's finished, you let it go. Somebody's having an argument and it's about truth. It's about somebody doing something that they shouldn't have or not been truthful about something. And for somebody to go out and ask and show, it's sort of like if you have evidence like somebody's cheating and you're like, okay, I did a background check and here you go. Yeah, it says this and you're saying no, but look at this. This is truth. This is paper. This is the justice part. This is, you know, unfortunately I do that. Any guy I date, don't tell him, but I do a background check. But I do, because I'm going to be safe about everything. If somebody wants to lie to me, let them lie to me, but I'll be able to know the truth. So the thing is, we have to have strength and courage, not only to heal, but also to face the fears of the future so that they can melt away like Olaf in the snow or in the summer. All right. All right. Let's see what the universe has to say for you guys. So, you know what, whoever is really bummed about this arguing and stuff like that, you have to realize that somebody's arguing earth versus spirit, flesh versus spirit. And if it's a flesh thing, that goes away. You know, you've really got to get to the root of the problem where the heart of the person is. So you might be arguing about something, but do they have a good heart? You know, is it something that you can let go? Is this something that really needs to be fought about? You know, don't sweat the small stuff kind of stuff. Pick your battles kind of a thing. Um, because you keep fighting, you're not going to heal. I don't argue with anybody anymore. Never. Never, never. I don't have a fight with anybody anymore. I don't need to. What's the purpose? Let's talk like adults. Let me get your perspective on it. I'll give you my perspective. And if we can agree, we agree. If we don't, then okay. Then we make a decision and go from there. There's no need to argue. All right. So let's see what the universe has got to say here. A lot of strength. 3 strength. So strength to face your fear. Thank you. Thank you. And heal. That's what I keep hearing. Strength to face your fear. I don't know who that's for. And this fear has to do with some kind of paper. Either somebody is getting married and they're scared shitless, or they're facing a divorce and there's a lot of arguing and they're missing out on it. All right. So we have spirit of place, stuck in the mud, ooh, and balance in reverse. So we are stuck. Somebody is stuck. They're stuck on not wanting to face their fears. They're stuck on maybe knowing how to face their fears and heal. There's also somebody stuck to get the courage up, to have the strength to do or ask or come forward to somebody who needs to. But this has to be of the heart. So we have, and it's separating you guys. I don't know who this is for, but it's separating somebody. So, and the reason why separating somebody, balance is in reverse, and balance in the reverse is the number 2. Well, actually, it's the number 11, but it comes out as a number 2, which also means you either coming together, you're separating. Well, if you were coming together, it would have been in the upright, but it's not, and it would have been balancing. However, it's not. There is a lot of instability right here this week. And it's only because somebody needs to heal and face their fear. So the number 6 is also about your harmony and improving it. So that's in numerology. The number 6 is about improving, creating harmony, because you're not. All right. So that's the universe and the planets. And you know what? That is exactly what I'm going back to my new moon reading here. That's exactly what's going to go on around the 17th and 18th. Probably I'm thinking the 15th through the 18th, because that is where, when things seem to be what they are, they're not. Does that make sense? Yeah, I'm getting visuals. So I close my eyes when I get visuals. Sorry. So the thing is that during that time, it's like a fight to get rid of the old. It's like there is a tantrum going on with somebody that they don't want to let go. They don't want to let go of their pride. They don't want to let go of their old ways. They don't want to let go, because then they have to feel. And if they feel, it could be painful because it's healing. And it's very scary to face some of those things that maybe happened in the past. That pain, that hurt, somebody leaving you, somebody abusing you, somebody creating trauma with you, those kind of things. That is very painful. But for your spirit, you need that. You need that healing so you can move forward, because you're stuck. All right. Sorry, Libras. That was a tough one, huh? That was a real tough one. But remember, the Mercury retrograde is in this mix here, and the Mercury retrograde just loves to create trouble, loves to create drama, and that's going away the 20th. So maybe things will lighten up a little bit after the 20th for you. But as a coach, life balance coach, spiritual coach, I do teach a lot about fear. I do teach a lot about releasing things and facing the giants. In fact, if you go into the playlist, I believe there is one on fear, facing your giants, and a free video for you guys for that, if that's something that you're doing. Everybody has some kind of a fear. If we don't face them, they'll always be there. But if we begin to face them and gradually keep consistent in facing them, even if it's little bit by little bit, it'll gradually melt away. Like I said, like Olaf in the summer. All right. You guys, this is your reading. I hope you enjoyed this. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell if you want to know when I'm on live. You're always welcome to ask questions or pop in and say hello. Tell me where you're from. That's why I leave the chats open. I love it to do that, to know where my viewers are from. And I don't have any other videos coming up this week. And the full moon isn't until the next reading. So we'll be doing a full moon reading as well. All right. Take care, guys. Have a great week. Bye-bye.